Hey everyone, so it's just gonna be a quick update tonight. I'm still working away. I get my laptop back tomorrow, so I'll be able to edit properly and get the footage of the Beltec 2.4 kit for you guys so you guys can finally see it. The front of the Beltec 2-inch, 4-inch kit, 2 inches in front, 4 inches in the back. Lower is the front of it I have installed. I installed it last night, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I haven't driven it around to have the suspension settle, and you can obviously see the rear still is stock. So I'm actually just about to tackle the rear right now tonight, being Friday night, and hopefully by tomorrow, if all goes smoothly and goes well tonight, it'll be finally done. I'll get the laptop, be able to edit all that footage and the tutorial on how to get it done and exactly step by step on how I'm doing it. So I am documenting that for you guys as well, but it looks like, I don't want to jump to conclusion, but it looks like the rear is going to be a little bit easier. With that being said, I'm not doing the control arms just yet or any relocation brackets. I'm just going to put the springs in with the struts or shocks in the rear, and we'll see where we're at, how bad it rides, all that stuff. I want to do it this way for you guys, just so if you guys don't want to drop a ton of money, you guys can have an idea on how it rides, how it handles, if you're just going to go strictly with the Beltec kit without any of the axle corrections or any of that stuff. So, and plus at the same time too, I only want to do so much at a time. So I'm just going to do the Beltec, the springs at least, put that stuff in, the springs, the struts, see how it rides, and then we'll address the axle issues shortly, whether it's with the Spone adjustable rear control arms, upper and lowers, or whether it is with like the Inez or Illicid no cut brackets, any of that stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. We will fix the axle issues, but we're just gonna drop it, see what goes on. But I do want to show you guys one thing. Anyways, enough of me talking. I'm gonna show you guys what's going on. All right, so we do have the 24-inch wheels. These are the two that are gonna go on the rear. They are Goodyear tires. I'm missing an O. But I just wanted to kind of tell you guys that. I still have the stock 20s on the back. I'm just in the process of jacking this thing up. I barely even lifted off the ground. So that's pretty much the stock ride height, the spring right there. But you can see the rake that my truck is on right now because the front springs are installed. So this is why I was just mentioning those tires over there, is because this is how it's looking right now. I think it looks a lot more ridiculous on the camera, to be honest. So this is the Beltec 2.4, 2 inches in the front, and with these 24-inch wheels, it is stuffed in there. So I don't know, personally, I like the way this looks, but what I want to explain to you guys is my wheels, with them being 24 inches by 10 inches wide and a lower offset than stock, they are a plus 18. The wheel is like flushed out with the fender, and I'm trying to get you guys a visual as much as possible. So the body line, the wheel is pretty much flush with it. The reason why this matters is I'm not sure, in a perfect world that we would always have this gap, but obviously we're not driving on a perfect road, perfect world, perfect streets, all that good stuff. There's gonna be potholes. So it's inevitable that at some point this wheel is gonna get jammed up. Whether the stock suspension is going to articulate, I know in a lot of cars the suspension will actually articulate in, and the wheel will travel in such a direction that it'll actually go into the fender wheel behind the actual line. I don't know, with a 305 on the front, I don't know if this fender, it's looking like if I hit something big enough that this 305 is going to get jammed right in my fender and cause some damage. I know you can roll the inside of the fender, which I'm willing to do for the look, but I do honestly think that we might have to go to like maybe like a 295 or even smaller than that, maybe a 285 tire, just so that if this ever goes up, that we don't have this big fat tire stuffing itself into the fender, because that is looking pretty tight in there. I won't be surprised if it hits or rubs or any of that stuff if we encounter a bump. So that's where we're at. I do like I said, I do like the fact that it's flushed out. So I'll probably end up having to do something with the tires. I know that, I think it's the Inez or Inez, however you want to pronounce it, that kit actually has different spindles to correct the wheel from sticking out this far. Because I think when you actually lower these vehicles with just springs, the wheel actually sticks out a bit. And I think their kit with their different control arms and stuff like that, it actually brings the wheel back in. So we'll have to address it as it comes. I mean, I just spun it around out in the street there and kind of, had full lock and everything. I don't see or hear any rubbing with full lock and moving around. I didn't hear any rubbing or grinding. So Time will tell. Anyways, that's where we're at with that. And I do anticipate that this is actually going to settle in a little bit more, so I won't be surprised if another half an inch or so gets chopped out of that current gap that we have, which I would say realistically is probably about a couple inches. I know some guys run an even tighter stance than that, but I don't know that I think I'm gonna be pretty happy with the 2 inches in the front, 4 inches in the back. So by the time we chop 4 inches out of that, this thing is gonna be looking pretty good. Anyways, that's where we're at, you guys. I'm gonna tackle or get tackling on this rear job here. Front wasn't too bad, nothing too crazy. Does require some cutting for the bump stops, but you guys will see that all in the tutorial later. But I'm gonna get started on the back. Back doesn't look too complicated, but again, I don't want to jinx myself. I know since I'm actually changing the struts, shocks, I know the upper mounts, because on my 2009 where I did a 4x4 lift kit, a 6-inch lift, the upper shock mounts are kind of a bit of pain to get to. So I know that's going to be probably one of the hardest parts. Not that hard, but that's going to be one of the hardest parts of the rear spring install. But anyways, I'm going to get tackling on that, guys. If you have any questions, make sure to ask them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get to them. But anyways, you guys, thumbs up if you like this video. I know it wasn't too crazy, but I promise that the tutorial is coming. I just want to update you guys so you guys are in the loop and in the know. Anyways, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.